Wrestling fans, promoters, wrestlers, and anyone who enjoys pro wrestling now have something new to be excited about. The Wrestling Fans International Association, the WFIA, is back. WFIA is an association that exists to promote, grow, and support professional wrestling throughout the world. Membership is free. Your membership includes a free digital bi-monthly publication of the Wrestling Fan News newsletter, association updates, voting privileges, and much more. Please go to thewfia.org, that's THEWFIA.org, and become a member today.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome. I want to welcome. Do you realize that it's been 2 years since these gentlemen have been on this program?
Wow, it's been that long?
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly when the last time you guys were on the show. Basically, right now I'm talking to the House of Payne, but the last time you guys were on this show, was when you guys went through that whole NAWA fiasco.
Damn. No,
It was
Professor,
before that.
you're wrong this time, Professor.
How am I wrong?
We came back again to promote the Empire Pro show.
Okay.
We did.
Okay. I think you got me on that one.
Yes,
As I
sir.
said here, okay, all right, the Empire Pro, and you guys gave me the whole history of Empire Pro. I am wrong on this. Holy shit! But either way, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Shooting.
I got the Professor. I got him.
You did. I very rarely forget stuff, and I
He's
normally
so
have
happy
stuff
with himself.
By the way,
excited.
I'm turning that nickname in because I've been, there's too many people with that damn name. I need something cooler, I guess.
Really? You the only
Okay,
Professor I know.
What about Mike
Well,
Tenay?
Mike today was the professor.
Yeah. Did he forget
And
who
for a
Mike Tenay
short
is?
time on a different podcast, referee TV Bill Thompson was the professor at one time as well.
Was he? Really?
Oh. So maybe we should rename him tonight. Nixon, what you think?
I mean, let me finish what's in this cup, and we might have a couple names.
I don't know. I'm
We might get
I'm thinking calling him Rick, the real deal.
As long as none of them are.
We'll shop through. Let's not make any hasty decisions at the
As
moment.
long as none of those nicknames are derogatory. Did you guys hear me? Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Did you guys hear me at all? I think I went. I
Yeah.
went out for a second.
Yeah, as long as it's not derogatory, right? Is that
Okay.
what you said? Yeah. there
Okay.
you go.
All right. Yeah, I think I glitched out right after I said that. So what's going on with you two gentlemen? I see you guys are still capturing gold all over the place. Most recently, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, what's going on with you gentlemen?
You want
Yeah,
to take
can
this?
No,
Anyone
you
take
like
over?
talking.
I gotta take over. Yeah, we took a long 13-hour drive to the good old Chicago, Illinois. It was
Did
it
you
was
at least-
it was
Did you at least
16-hour
get your? Did you at least get gas money, or did you spend more on gas than it?
actually, to be honest with you, the gas wasn't that bad. Like when we first left, okay, we left Connecticut. We did the first time I had to get gas, we was like in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. And then after that, the next time was Indiana.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad
You must
at
have
all.
you must have a good car. I mean, I got a brand new 2021, and I feel like when I get to Springfield, Mass, I got to fill up again.
Yeah, I purposely did that. I bought one of those economy cars. I purposely,
there you
I purposely did that for road trips, so it doesn't. Because my last car used to eat gas, so
Oh,
I
it's
purposely bought that. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
it's
feel like
terrible.
maybe we stopped in Ohio, like in between Ohio and Indiana for gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
after PA.
yeah.
How was the pricing out there?
It was pretty much the same. Maybe give or take 40 cents or so, but
That's quite a difference, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I would say
it
yeah.
add up.
Yep. But yeah, we left Thursday night, and we got there the next day 11 in the morning, and
Wow.
we truly I
We
felt
crossed
like
the state line of Illinois at 11 o'clock.
right. I feel
We didn't get out of
like that. I feel like that trip there. I mean, we done road trips before,
Yep.
but this was like the first time for that distance, for that long ride. I mean, even the West Virginia ride, me and Nick did. How many hours was the West Virginia drive?
That was 7.
Okay, that was 7.
Seven
Okay.
to get there, but in total, we probably did about the same amount, about 13, because we drove there, wrestled, and then fucking hit the road, and we didn't stop until we hit PA. We
Right.
were in Allentown when we stopped.
Right. So these two last road trips is the first time that it was just Nick and myself. Because the other road trips we did before, we had other people with us. So from that experience alone with just us two, and especially the Chicago one, it gave me a history of understanding the territories back in the days. Because when we drove out there, if you're not careful, you could be in 5 different states within 20 minutes. Like, we was in Michigan for a while coming back. I don't know how the hell we wound up being in Michigan, but we was on 8 Mile Street for a while coming when we was making our way back home.
I listened to Eminem.
It really showed you. Yeah, it really showed you how they was able to do the loop, because the loop was real close to each other. You have Milwaukee, you got Indiana, you have Tennessee. Like, it's all in that loop. So
Not Tennessee, it was Iowa. Iowa was in that area. And fucking,
but I saw a sign for Tennessee too.
Did I ever tell you guys the time I was going down to North Carolina and I decided that my stepdaughter was doing partial driving, so we switched off, and next thing you know, we're not supposed to go anywhere near Tennessee to get into North Carolina, but when I woke up I was in Tennessee. She went this whole different route, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? We should have been in North Carolina already. And I was so frustrated that I just ended up saying, get out of the car and let me drive the rest of the way. And on the way back, I said, nobody else is driving this car. I said, I will get us home today.
He ended up in California. Boy.
I mean, we could have ended up in Mexico for all I know, like with the way she was driving. I mean, how the hell do you end up in Tennessee? I said, we could have already been there by now. This is ridiculous. So the territory drives. I drive a lot to, like, say, Virginia and North Carolina because of my wife's family. And that, man, it's I don't know how those guys did it back in the day. I really don't. And I only do it like twice a year. So
yeah.
With no fucking GPS either.
No,
turn left.
That's the other thing. We had a GPS, and I still ended up in Tennessee. So go figure.
So how was 13 hours? We came back 10 pounds heavier. I do this every podcast when we win a belt, so I'm gonna do it again. Where the hell I can go?
You're groovy. You guys are welcome to do whatever the hell you want. You know.
Look, he's got his too. Look at that.
11 times, baby. 11 times.
So you guys have captured gold everywhere you go, and most recently, you guys have captured the. Let me see if I can get this right. The World Association of Wrestling, correct? The North American Association. You've captured the North American Tag Team Championships. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So, who did you defeat for those belts? See, they have not uploaded the video to that as of yet, which I understand the video is still coming.
Well, I got an exclusive for you. I just got word.
I like exclusives.
Yeah, I just got word that this show will be on Fight TV in September. I forgot what date exactly, but they doing the editing of it right now, and they're gonna the show is gonna air on Fight TV in September.
Okay. In September. That's pretty much. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I want everybody to go out there and purchase it. Hopefully it'll be at a reasonable cost and everybody will go buy it and get to see these two gentlemen wrestle.
Didn't seem like it was a bad show either. Like, I mean, the crowd was pretty into what was going on the entire night. It was great. It was a good experience for us. I don't know.
Have you guys ever been to Chicago before for wrestling? To wrestle?
No.
Excuse me.
No, first time ever.
First time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very legendary series. Yeah, it's a very legendary city for wrestling. The AWA was ran out of there, and that was like you guys a big territory at one point, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. No, it was a great experience. It was, it sucks. I keep forgetting the guys' names. Like I have them on Facebook, but I just can't remember the names. Right. Good talent though. They gave us a fucking run for our money.
I see that there was also like Tom Latimer and Camille were also on the show, right?
Yes. Yep, they was there. They was there. They was pretty cool too. Pretty cool people. That was the first time we met them. Pretty cool.
Funny story. Night was running a little long. Camille looks at us and goes, how long you guys going? Quicker than you think. We'll be in and out of there. She looked at us and was like, thank you so much. Yeah, it was running long, so
yeah. But you know what, Rick? We always kind of get ourselves put in these pre-main events or main events. It's funny. We don't ask for this. We show up places and we always like the main event or pre-med is like it's crazy. It's like we sat there like we did the meet and greet, and we met our manager. That was going to manage us for the night. His name is C Red. He's actually in the NWA. The manager is C Red.
Damn cool.
So he comes to us and he goes, well, Nick has stepped away for a second. So he comes to me, he goes, you're the second to last. I said, oh boy. I said, tell my tag partner that when he gets back. It's like, it don't matter where we go. It's like we always, but I mean, I guess that's a good thing because the promoters can see that we can elevate their crowd because the match before us, they was putting on like a WrestleMania. It was like they was going for a long time. And it was like so and then when we got out there, and it was good too, because like when we did the meet and greet, people was coming up, they kind of wasn't sure who we was. They knew we was wrestlers, but it was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. And then when they saw us in action,
did you get to sell any merch did you sell any merch while you were out there?
Yes.
A little bit.
So like I think not too much, but we sold, there's somebody walking around Chicago with a House of Payne shirt on.
I love it.
I think we would have sold more if we was like before intermission. We would have sold more.
That's very possible. That's definitely very possible. So,
because after the show, like we kept getting swamped, by workers and fans. They all respected what we did, so that was good. I always like that. I always like to go somewhere where nobody knows us, and break them. You know what I'm saying? Whether we baby faces or heels, make them hate us and make us shit. We had them saying HOP. We had them screaming out HOP that night. So I'm proud of that. That right there is one thing that I enjoy. Is to do that because it's like, okay, that's considered being a real worker, where you can go somewhere they never seen you before, don't know you, you know what I'm saying, and get engaged into our matches. I live for that. I love doing that.
No, that's good because it's like
especially when they have like that perception of our look. Yeah, they see two big guys and they're like, oh, whatever. Then they see us
move slow or whatever, and but you guys are actually pretty quick for guys your size. I can't wait for the video. I want to see it, so hopefully it'll I don't know, whenever the date's announced. So you guys also aren't you celebrating your 9th year as a tag team?
Yes, sir.
How do you
Yes.
put up with each other that long? How are you putting up with each
9
other
years.
that long?
I don't know. I'm surprised that Kim hasn't killed me yet. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, Rick, you know what it is? It's the mutual respect we have for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like all these years that we've been up and down the road, like we never like really got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like we agree and we disagree on certain things, but we never let it get to a point where, oh fuck you, man, fuck you, and I ain't talking to you,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying? Oh fuck it, I'm gonna do singles. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like we never had, and that's kind of rare, especially for the amount of years we've been together. Like other people can't really say that, but we always had that mutual respect for each other. But I always had that respect for the Knicks though from the first time I met them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just know how to, and I do that with everybody. I don't try to cross any boundaries, and I don't try to be, better than people. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always, somebody that knows a little bit more or whatever. Even if they know a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? You can always learn from somebody. And I never, approach Nick like, oh well, fuck you. I know more than you, or he knows more than me, and it's never nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We always had a mutual respect, even when we putting our matches together. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can call Nick Ho's match for his whole match. I can call the whole thing, and sometimes he can do the same thing for me.
Super kick and a super kick and a clothesline, and then he's like, "I got the rest." No, but just to like build on what he was saying, like we don't step on each other's toes, and we make each other better. Like me and him are really complete opposites. Hakim is kind of more like laid back and he'll watch shit and observe, and I'm a little more like, what the fuck? Like I'm always ready to fucking, it's the end of the world all the time. I'm like ready to fucking like, what the fuck? Why is everybody so dumb? But he kind of counteracts that, like, nah, let's just chill, let's just watch. So I mean, we kind of balance each other out. And like you said, we never had really cross words. I mean, we annoy each other to no end, but we don't fight. Like we don't argue.
Well, that's what brothers do. May I interrupt for 1 second?
Sure.
There's some breaking news, even though this will air tomorrow. EC3 just won the NWA World Title. Okay, you can go back to what you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
I have other. If we're doing spoilers, I have other news from that show as well.
What was that?
I haven't watched the rest of tonight yet. So what's up?
Camille lost the title.
What?
To whatever the hell that girl's name is.
Oh, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching the NWA anymore. Fuck it. There's no reason to watch it. Did she get signed somewhere else?
No, I don't know. Now that I think about it, a lot of the titles changed hands today.
It looked like, because yesterday and today, and it looks like, are they going to do like a whole nother facelift of the company? That's what I was getting. That's what I was thinking. Because I guess Colby Carino won the junior title yesterday.
He won the juniors. He defended it. I think that was like one of the last matches I saw. He defended that. A whole bunch of shit. Like the new U.S. champs, U.S. tag champs, new
damn.
The new tag champs, the new women's champ, and the new heavyweight champ. So yeah.
And once again,
interesting event. I haven't watched
we were
talking.
In a long. Well, it's one of those things. I love it so much, even though it doesn't always please me. It's like torture most of the time. So,
that's how we feel. Like as much as we love the business, it gets a little frustrated sometimes.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. It's just too much clicks, too much ass kissing.
Involved. Yeah, being involved in the business that you guys are at a couple different levels depending on where you're working and what you're doing. So it's like sometimes you care too much,
right?
And it doesn't. The product itself, not necessarily the people. The product itself might not care back as much. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't translate properly. So
right. And I definitely have a very fucking like love-hate relationship with this business. there are days where I wake up and it's like it's great, and then there's other days it's like what the fuck, like what do you have to do to to move a step forward? Well, like Hakim said, too many clicks, too much ass kissing. And it's like it almost seems like if you're not doing the same moves that everybody else is doing, you don't get put on.
Right. And this business was built. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, this business was always built on being different. But you watch it now, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. And it's crazy because a lot of it still works today. A lot of the old school stuff still works today because again, we can be on a show and everybody on that show, it could be an 8-card show. And 7 of those matches was the same.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, what I'm saying, not to be cocky, they always remember us. And I don't know, it could be a gift or a curse at the same time because it's one of those things where, okay, we prove we can draw, we prove we can work, we prove we can talk. And we still not in these bigger companies that we, you know what I'm saying, that everybody else isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to me. It's like, and then we get this stuff where if we show up somewhere, they go, oh, okay, yeah, y'all guys is good, blah, blah. Okay, so if we good, why we can't do business?
Yeah.
Why we can't do business? Oh, because I'm not in your inbox. I'm not liking everything you do. I'm not sharing everything you do. I'm not, blowing smoke up your ass. It's a weird time. I mean, and anything you do is about who you know. But
right.
I feel like, especially with us, we know everybody, and everybody knows us. So why are we not getting these? Why are we not getting these breaks? Why are we not getting these breaks?
You guys have been around a long time. You guys made a lot of connections. I see that firsthand from working with you guys as long as I've worked with you guys. So I don't understand either. How, when every year when the NWA puts out that they're looking for new teams for their Crockett Cup, that it's just everybody that's under contract to the NWA. No surprises, no outside talent. They'll maybe pick one guy from the town that they're working. You see what I'm saying?
What's even worse is when they take 2 randoms and put them together.
So, right.
Yeah. Yes.
You have teams like ourselves that have been busting our ass trying to stay a team, and in every sense of the word, a team. Not a singles guys one week and team the next week, a real tag team, and we don't get those shots and we don't get those opportunities. I could go on a whole tangent about that situation alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things about this business that really upset me. And it's like it takes a lot of that passion away sometimes because it's not worth it. Like, me and Hakim are a good tag team. Not to be cocky, not to pat ourselves on the back. We are a good tag team.
I mean, I've been watching you guys for 5 years now, and every time I see it, I'm impressed every single time I walk away. Every time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that, man. And like I said, everybody says it, everybody do it, but then when it's time to do business, then it becomes a little crazy, It's like we put in these predicament where they want to use us, but then don't want to pay us what we deserve. You know what I'm saying? And
yes,
and then you pay somebody else more because not because of their experience, because I took a poll, maybe a year ago, of certain teams out there that gets a little bit more on burn than we do, and we outlasted all of them as far as a team. They say 2 years, 3 years. Well, I'm like, are you serious? So we're really the veteran tag team here that's been together the longest, and we still don't get the props that we deserve. And it's not even, and that's the thing, like, we're not looking for y'all to like everything we do, share everything we do. None of that. We just looking for opportunities. opportunities to move on, opportunities to be in these bigger companies, because it's like we belong there. It's no doubt in my mind we belong there. But it gets to those points where they treat us like we're just fresh out of wrestling school.
Like,
They don't treat us like we've been doing this for years. They don't treat us like a lot of the dudes that y'all booking we help put on. You know what I'm saying? They don't act like that. Like a lot of these guys that are progressing more than us, we gave them their big breaks. Where when they was coming up, promoters didn't want to mess with them because it was like, oh, he's green. We don't know who that person is. We vouched for them. We put them on. We had opportunities. We talked to other promoters to to give them a shot. And then a lot of times they might surpass us a little bit. Do they return the favor? Absolutely not. They act like we don't exist. But like I said before, if we show up to where they at is, oh, HOP this, HOP that. Oh, your guys is good.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, like, any promoters that watch this, and this is probably not going to be the best thing to say. If you're not going to book us, don't sit there and fucking tell me to my face, oh, you guys are a great tag team and you guys are this. Just shut the fuck up. Just shake our hand and we keep it moving. If you don't tell us that we great and then constantly look us over and pair up these whack ass, half ass tag teams. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of it. Like we deserve it. We need to be out there more. And I'm sorry. Like we constantly take pay cuts, and everybody's know your worth. Know your worth. All right, listen. Me and Hakim have done some booking. We've paid people.
I know. Yeah.
A lot of money. Some of them not worth the money. I'm gonna be straight up on it.
Right. And then, like my partner just said, know your worth. It gets a little tricky when you say your worth. Now, of course, if you landed somewhere where you had a deal, whether it was, now we got AEW and of course WWE. If you did MLW, NWA, Ring of Honor, Impact. Okay, that makes sense because you had, Universal, United States coverage. Right. They've been on. They had all of those companies I just made have somewhat of a TV, but because you, the top dog in your school, you think you deserve money from somebody that's been on Impact or been in AEW, or you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of funny when it comes to the money. And a lot of these dudes say they worth and this, that, and the third, but it's like, do you even really know your worth? Like your worth start to change as you evolve. And like I said, if you get on TV, blah, blah, and that's how me and Nick determine our price. Like we can't go crazy and be like, well, $1,000 for the House of Payne. We haven't been on Impact or NWA or any of those bigger companies. So we gotta be reasonable. We gotta be reasonable and make it make sense. You local, it's like, okay. And then it also depends on a company as well, because if they're not drawing as much.
Yeah, what their budget is.
What the budget is. And like some of these dudes don't see it that way. They see it as, well, let me try to get as much as I can. And then you take a look at them, again, they barely booked because their prices is crazy. You might see them on 1-2 shows every other month because they trying to low blow their prices. So it's funny when it comes to those prices. Like I feel like your status grow on how you move in the industry. So if you become a contract wrestler, like I said, a MLW, NWA, AEW, Impact, New Japan, those type of companies, then the money, you know what I'm saying, your
It
worth
goes up. Your stock rises.
yeah, your stock goes up.
Yeah.
But you being the top dog at your school, and then you branching out to other companies to try to, get your name out, and you asking for thousands of dollars. It's just, come on, man. It's ridiculous.
How do you feel about your fee rising? By your years of experience, like even though you weren't on a national level.
Well, I mean, we reasonable, but then we're not gonna get played either. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it's
like I
like
said, you guys have only been together as a tag. Well, not only, but you guys have been together for almost a decade, probably within the next year. But you guys were also in the business prior to that as well.
right.
So,
Right.
but you guys have been together. You guys have been around for over 10 years. So, I'd say your stock as either individuals and a tag team year by year should probably go up a little bit.
I agree.
Just
I agree,
like
but we
like
wanted
my
to
office
negotiate
job,
too. Right, exactly, yeah. And and it's funny you just said that too. That's another thing that these wrestlers don't seem to understand either. This is a business. Treat it as a business.
Yes.
They come in and they want to do their own thing. And it's like, do you go to your shoe job and tell your boys how to do things?
Right.
No. So, and that's one thing they can never say about the House of Pain. We'll come in there, whatever company we at, and we'll go straight to the booker. What do you want from us? How do you want it? You want us to do this, or you want us to do that? Then if they say, "Oh, nah, do what you do," I ain't fine. But before we do anything, we clear it with whoever's booking the show, whoever's the promoter, whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times we'll go there and the opponents is already telling us, "Oh, this." I was like, "Wait, whoa!" Before we even talk, let me find out what it is he wants, what story he wants to be told, and then we take it from there. A lot of these guys they don't understand that. They go into business for themselves. Even when it comes to online, okay. I mean, we all know kayfabe is dead, but you still want to, keep some type of mystery to the magic.
Yes.
You want to keep some type of mystery.
Rick had a conversation about this earlier today.
Yeah, you want to keep some mystery. And then they, you got workers that do something at one company and want to bring it somewhere else without permission. They're already done booked it themselves. It's no kind of respect level when it comes to that. I don't like that.
We were just referring to this today. I believe so, Nick, correct? Have a similar conversation where
you certainly will.
In one company you can have this gigantic feud and a huge blow off, and then another company that runs, let's just say a town over, and put the two in a match as if nothing has ever happened between the two before.
Right.
And ignore everything, even though there's a history. That's WWE-ism as well, though. WWE will ignore the fact that people had feuded for many, many years, and I think at one point that's like, okay, I'll give you an example. Snuka and the fuck is the guy? Piper had this gigantic feud in WWF. Less than 10 years later, they went to WCW and they were a tag team for a special event. Not even mentioning the feud, nothing, any of that history. So I'm just sitting here but then even probably 10 years after that, they had a whole angle on WWE TV where Piper apologized. So the whole thing, none of it made sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It don't make any sense at all.
Right.
It doesn't. And, people sticking to their time. It's like, come on, every match that they want it to be WrestleMania. It's ridiculous. It's like pulling teeth sometimes with these guys. And I don't know if it's a lot of times I think they just believe their own hype. And then when things don't go their way, they go on social media crying. Everybody, it's all great when, if the booking is right. Then because something happens, and all of a sudden, the booker's an enemy now. The promoter's the enemy now because it didn't go your way. You know, maybe something happened. Maybe they had to change directions. But I don't even understand that part of the game either. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a business.
Right.
And a lot of these guys that running companies, I feel like, are throwing parties every month. They don't care if they turn a profit. They throwing a party. Book their friends, book whoever they want to see, any darling they like, or somebody that was on TV that they like, put them up against their friends.
Not drawing shit.
Not drawing nothing. Yep, not care if they draw or not. Pay whatever. It's like a little party every month.
There's some weekends where you could see the same fucking match 3 times that weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. In towns right across from each other, you see the same matches, and that's why I don't understand. Where it's like we're not afraid to do business. Like, why have the same exact match in the week? You know what I'm saying? The same weekend.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird to me. My favorite too is, you know, going back to what Hakim said about, you know, people crying and complaining and all that, is I notice a lot of people struggle with mental health, and that is a very serious subject. Very serious. Yep. But I noticed there's some wrestlers, they only have mental health problems when they're not winning. Or when they don't have a belt. When they have a belt, life's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a champion. I got 3 belts. I'm oh my God, I'm the greatest in the world. You start losing, now it's meant, oh, now I gotta take a break and I gotta walk away. Everybody's got issues.
I've seen that a lot on my social media. I'll tell you that much right now. Do you know that I don't get involved in none of that business? I just, any of the personal stuff I keep away from, you know. Like, right, I don't comment on none of that crap. Yeah.
It's the same thing with me and Hakim. Me and Hakim go through shit. You think we don't have problems at home? You think there's no things that we stress out about? But no, we use this business to get away from all that shit.
Yes. Right. Yep. You would never know. You would never know what's going on in our personal lives because we don't put it out there like that. And that's the thing too. They put it out there, and then once it gets circulated, then it's like, who minds your business? Well, you put it out there.
That's the power of social media. Yes,
you put it out there.
Yeah.
If you didn't want nobody to know, you shouldn't have put it out there.
Yeah. Social media is ridiculous. People just put out the shit just to get noticed, and then once they get too much crapped on, and then that's when they turn around and cry. So
right. Yep.
Yeah. My favorite post is, I'm going through so much, but please, no one text me. Then shut the fuck up. Don't put it online. Why are we fucking? What's the vicious circle? You're looking for attention, so you can say you don't want attention. Knock it off. Just put the phone down, log out, and fucking take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I just put on wrestling. Wrestling. That's it.
You would think, Rick, the way we get treated is like we done went through people's companies and robbed them, or
stuff with their women,
or did something. You know, I just don't understand what it is.
Hold people up for money or anything like that, did you?
Never. We never held anybody up for money. We never. We never went in somebody's company and try to tell them how to run it. You know what I'm saying? Like, never. We don't.
And that's another misconception. Everything we've gotten has been given to us because of the work we put in. When you get the House of Payne, you don't just get 2 fucking wrestlers who are gonna come out there, slap their leg, and fucking go, come on, let's go. You're not getting that. You're getting, me and Hakim are a walking fucking wrestling company.
Yep.
We can book, we can fucking cut promos, we can agent matches, we do everything. Yep. We set up rings, take down rings, we've done it all.
Yep.
You guys have had worn many different hats in the world of professional wrestling, as you just said. And you've done a lot of booking over years as well.
Listen.
And I was having a very good conversation about the 2 of you gentlemen last night. Okay. And I said that you guys are so the way you guys can put storylines together. I was talking to Ref Bill, just for the record. We did a show together, and we were talking about how the mind that you guys have as far as that goes is just incredible. The way that you guys can put a story together It's unbelievable that everything makes sense. You guys can put long-term storylines together, and it's just it works basically. Like I said, you guys have worn many hats in the industry.
No, I mean, I know it works. I see half the guys that no one touches that we decide to book. Now all of a sudden they're everywhere. Now all of a sudden they went from not being known at all. Nobody wants to book you to now all of a sudden now they're getting booked and we're not.
Right.
It's like what the fuck? What's going on?
Right.
And
we help them in some kind of way. We help them in some kind of way.
Between your booking, because you used to book for another company that I'm aware of, and you did a weekly series that turned into a monthly series, and you've given a lot of guys chances there when you were booking, and then that have gone on to greater and bigger things, and you're doing the same today for another company as well.
And it's funny because you have some of the people that other company is using were people that when I put them on, they would sit down and tell me these people are terrible. Why are you giving them an opportunity? I don't ever want to see them again. These were the things that I was hearing. And now that we're not there, here they go booking them every fucking week now. Now they're the greatest fucking talent on the planet. Listen, let's be 100% transparent. We do things and then people steal the shit.
Absolutely.
Style in which we make our videos.
I'm surprised none of some of the stuff we do in the ring. Well, actually, they have. Yeah. I'm about to say they have. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Nick is a wonderful person to put videos together. Seriously.
Thank you.
And I tell you, I love the videos, and you put great videos, and to promote the shows that you're a part of. And yeah, man, I saw somebody else stealing your style, or at least the last couple shows, and it's quite amazing that At least you should just say, isn't it the the sincerest form of flattery, right?
Right. Listen. I put a post out the other day, a couple weeks ago. It was very much so. Get off my dick, please. Like I'm tired of it. I hate. Me and Hakim try to remain as humble as possible. We try not to fucking ruffle any feathers because we like to keep it professional and we like to keep it business. But at the end of the day, we see the clownery, we see the buffoonery that y'all continue to do, and you need to stop. Because get your own shit, yo. Stop stealing what we do. We've been the backbone for a lot of places, and we've helped promote a lot of people that continue to shit on us.
Yep.
It sucks. It's unfortunate, but I guess that's the game.
I guess so. But I'm not gonna degrade myself for them. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the cream always rises to the top. And like I said earlier, I think before you push record, we just gonna have to just start showing up at places and just start talking to the right people that we need to talk to, because I think we have too much middle people in between that may say, "Oh yeah, we good," and then you have the ones that hate on us for some reason. Will badmouth us, and a lot of times they badmouth us on situations that wasn't our fault.
Right.
Again, we go into a company, we go to the promoter, we go to the booker. What do you want from us? Okay, that's what we're going to deliver. You paying? This is what we're going to deliver. This is what you're asking for. We're going to give you what you paying us to do. People get butthurt because they don't like the direction that the promoter or the booker said. They thinking we went in there in politics. Shit, if that was the case, we would be in fucking WWE, AEW if we had that much juice. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing an old school term up, juice.
Another thing,
if we had that much juice, we would be there. We go into companies for the first time, and it's like, all right, they First of all, a lot of times they see us and they go, okay. Then when they start to get to know us, they go, whoa, shit. Well, goddamn, these motherfuckers is really intelligent. They know what the fuck they talking about. So it's the deception. Like I said before, it's like a gift and a curse. I think a lot of times they believe the House of Payne gimmick and don't know who the individuals, the Nick and Hakeem, are really are. We are real businessmen. We are here to conduct business. We love the art form of professional wrestling. We love tag team wrestling. We are tag team wrestling. So when we see the art form of tag team wrestling being used as like a stepping stone, for something else, it kind of pisses us off. Because it's like, okay, if you're going to do that, you're going to do that. But like Nick said before, you have a real team here. You have a team that's going to elevate your tag team division. We have elevated every tag team division we was in. And this is not being cocky. It's the truth. You take the House of Payne out of that, tag team division falls. Just look at every company that we had tag team championships in and how we elevated those companies, how we was the main event for these companies.
Right.
Then they stop using us. The tag team division goes down. As long as we in the tag team division in some type of way, it stays hot. It stays on fire.
Right.
They remove us, it gets cold. And that's not even being cocky. And I'm not saying this to like one particular company. I'm talking about damn near our whole career. From wherever we was at, where we was dominating, we became the main attraction. We became more important than they world champions. And then
it's not because the teams weren't good either. It was just the passion that we have for the tag team division.
Yep.
Our goal was to elevate the tag team division.
Yep. Like perfect example, when we was in New York. When we was in New York, we was working for the Maximo Brothers, Fighting Spirit Wrestling. Okay.
All right.
They golden boy there was Mike Verner. You know Mike Verner?
I know Mike Verner.
Okay.
He was on the show before. Yep.
Okay. He was their world champion. All right. They like their WrestleMania show called Mortal Holidays. Okay. We was the most hated tag team wrestler in the history of FSW. They could, that crowd wanted to see us get our butts kicked every time we stepped in that building.
I used to get chicken nuggets thrown at me.
Okay.
Chicken nuggets.
To the point where in order to make it stop, I grabbed a handful, chewed them, and spit it back at the crowd. That was the last time they ever brought fucking chicken nuggets to the goddamn show.
Yeah. God. And I can imagine if we would have stayed there and maybe became baby faces there, man, that would have been interesting to see who would have drew more, us or Verna. That would have been interesting. But as heels, and then he had a heel that he was working with that wasn't draw. But as heels, we was the number one heels in that company. They pay to see us get our butt whipped.
And it was just a podcast to a therapy session. Thanks a lot, Rick.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
What I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like we not like calling, we're not trying to, shit on nobody or nothing like that. We just telling facts. Okay?
No.
We just telling facts.
And I've witnessed for the last 5 years. Yes.
Yeah, when we was in Paradise Alley. Let's talk about it. We was in Paradise Alley.
Let's talk about it.
Please.
Please, let's talk. I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let's talk about their current tag team division now that we've.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to throw at you. Now let's go back a little bit though. When we was the tag champs. Okay. Now again, we had the company jumping as baby faces or heels. That place popped when we lost the tag titles in that TLC match. Okay? Then we kind of stepped back a little bit.
Was that the one against the Haven?
Yes.
Was that the one? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. We stepped back a little bit. What happened to the tag team division after that?
I mean, it was miserable.
There you go. Enough said. I don't gotta say no. I don't gotta say no more.
I'm gonna be honest, and it's nothing. No offense to the guys themselves, but I was at most of those shows in that time period, so I saw it. I witnessed. There was not a lot going on at that time period when you guys weren't there for a good. Were you guys not there for a year or a good portion of a year? Now, if I may say so,
it was a lot long. Oh yeah,
really.
Because we went through a period of time where whoever was in charge at the time had their panties in a bunch with us, and we weren't getting booked. We were the tag team champions at the time.
Yep.
Was this also involving the era with during the NAWA, if I may bring that up again?
Yes, sir.
Yes. No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This was us not wanting to book us. And it's like, well, we're the champs. Why aren't we on the show? Oh, well, we want to use you as a special attraction. Oh, you guys
exactly
special.
Just that one sentence you just said, I know exactly who you're referring to.
And it's like,
I'm sorry.
All right, cool. No, yeah, it's like, all right, cool. So then it became, all right, well, then get these fucking belts off of us. Because we're holding off dates for you, but we're not getting put on. So let's drop these fucking things. We drop them. We take a step back. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's already known out there. Me and Hakim were in charge of alley fights. Yep. It was very easy for us to say, you know what? This is our show. We're in control of it. Let us be the fucking top stars of the show. Did we do that? No. We've never done that. We've taken a step back to put on younger talent, to put on guys who weren't getting opportunities and to build them. Let's fast forward now. You know, I know we're talking about one thing, but let's fast forward now to Coliseum Pro. Me and Hakim are in charge of that. Have you seen us on one show yet?
You have not stepped in the ring outside of helping set it up, I think. So, as far as show-wise, you guys have not stepped in the ring at all. Yeah.
Now let's go to, and this is again not a shot at anybody in particular, but let's go to other promotions. All their bookers, all their promoters are fucking champions where they are. They're running shit and they're on top of the game. We don't do that. We're not selfish that way.
It's very common in the wrestling business.
You can run your company how you want, but for other places to look at us and go, these guys. Listen, we could put ourselves over and do, but we don't. I much prefer to give opportunities to the guys as often as they should and make them better. And then what winds up happening is they wind up going to these other places and they flourish, which is good for them. But it sucks for us because we're just stuck in that position.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we did it to ourselves. Maybe we did it to ourselves because we should have been more selfish for our careers than everybody else's. But then again, if we're the only ones that are good and nobody else is becoming good, then who are we gonna work with?
And not only that, but my thing is, if we're putting ourselves over, what did we really achieve? What did we really prove?
Right.
To give ourselves something is not. It doesn't mean as much as going somewhere where there's someone else in charge and that person sees your talent and sees your ability and bestows that trust in you to carry their championships or to carry their stories. If I'm doing this shit for myself, what are we really doing? All we doing is, all right, well, if I have full fucking control, of course I'm going to be at the top. For me, that's why you don't see House of Pain on shows that House of Pain is booking. That's gonna fucking change. I'll tell you that much. But I'm just saying that we've always looked out for other people. We've always tried to not be selfish in that respect and help other guys. And there's some guys that do really appreciate it, that truly, appreciate what we do for them. And then there's others that they don't give a shit. As long as they get on, they get on. Again, I guess that's just the business now.
That's part of the wrestling business. They don't, I've always heard it referred to as a cutthroat business in a way.
Yeah, and I mean, I had this conversation with Paul Roma years ago. I said, y'all had more of a fraternity in y'all era. Y'all actually kind of put each other on. If somebody was good, blah blah. I said, this era, is every man for himself in this era.
You think that's what's missing about the wrestling business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That and real businessmen that's in it to make money. I feel like I said before earlier, I feel like a lot of these promoters are throwing parties every month for themselves. They don't care if they turn a profit or not. They throwing parties, booking people who they love, they want to brush up on. Let me take a picture of this person, throw it over my social media, and that's that.
Right now, I mean, there's camaraderie. Let's not get explicit. There's camaraderie in the business. However, if you don't fit into that club, if you don't fit into that clique, no matter how talented you are, no matter how good you might be, or no matter how much of an asset you might be to the company, if you don't fit in, you ain't in. And that's my biggest problem, because everybody likes to say, oh no, we give opportunity. I don't give out. You give opportunity to the people that kiss your ass.
Right.
You give opportunity to the guys that you know that, all right, yeah, they're gonna be something. So let me do good for them now, so I could get shit off of them later when they make it.
Right.
Take advantage of what they do. It's just not that's not how we do things.
Right.
Like, we've never been those type of dudes. We've always felt like Hakeem said earlier, the cream will rise to the top, and we'll get noticed eventually for our stuff. Because if we wanted to be cutthroat motherfuckers, we could. But it's just not our style. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
and the funny thing is, we can do that, and they don't even know that we're doing it. But they got their ass so far up their own asses, they won't even realize it. If we choose to do that.
Some of these dudes got their head so far up promoter's ass, if they spit, it's coming out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that kind of fucking, and it's like, bro, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. We could talk business, we could be respectful, we can do what we need to do. Let's make it happen. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to throw out there?
Buy our merchandise.
Buy your merchandise.
Well, it's a few companies that we're looking at. I actually spoke to James Allen briefly today.
Okay.
So if he got a spot for us, we could possibly be on his next show. Waiting for him to get back to me on that. Make our return back to New World Extreme.
Also, any promoters out there, after you see this, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get too many contacts, but we're willing to defend these titles wherever we can, however we can, against whoever.
Yes, so we got the green light. Yes, we got the green light to defend these belts anywhere. So we want to do that. The promoter just asked me that too the other day when we want to defend them. And I told him, I said, well, I don't know. I said we trying to do the right business for it, but it's been a lot of issues with places that we was working at on a regular. I'm not going to go into the personal business on that, but there's been a lot of things going on with a few companies that we've been working with that they got to handle their business. So as they do that. yeah, as they do that, we're open to go anywhere. Reached out to a few companies, like I said, New World Extreme, Monster Factory. We looking to possibly do something there. I've been waiting for a little feedback on that, but this dude here, he act like he a superstar. He can't get back to me. So I guess this might be one of those situations where we just gotta pull up. We trying to see if we could get back. We went there once years ago. That's CCW in Jersey. Actually, there's a couple of companies in Jersey that I reached out to. They responded back. They letting us know for their future shows. So we probably be back in the New York, New Jersey region this fall. I'm saying probably around October or so if everything goes the way it's supposed to go.
Speaking of October 13th, October the 13th, Friday the 13th, Coliseum Pro Wrestling. Me and Hakim, we brain trust behind that and producing that show. Rick is also a part of it, doing the commentary. West Haven Elks Lodge, 265 Main Street, 7:30 p.m.
You have the address.
Yeah, let's go follow Coliseum Pro Wrestling. We got a lot of stuff coming up there. There's going to be a lot of interesting things happening. We having our first women's match with Daje Simone and Unforgiven Salem. Tag team title match between Hustle and Muscle against Social Influence. And we got a lot of surprises coming for that one. That's going to be a really interesting show. So yeah, check that out.
Thank you, gentlemen, for spending the last hour with me speaking about what's going on in your current wrestling life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is either going to get us more bookings or people are going to be like, we're never booking these fucks again.
Well, book these guys because everything they said here makes sense. Okay.
Listen. Right. We got friends in Chicago. We got friends in West Virginia. So we don't have to be here. And that's the thing they don't seem to understand either. Like we want to be around the world. We don't want to just be in the New England territory. I feel like we conquered that already. So we looking to do the Midwest, the South, the West Coast. We looking to do the bigger promotions, the NEWs, the Beyonds, MLW, NW. You know what I'm saying? That's what we looking to do. You get what I'm saying? Like we're looking to do those type of things. We're not thirsty where we have to be just booked just to be booked. Again, our talent speak for ourselves. We've been a tag team for the past 9 years. We are current tag team champions again. So, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in this area. And we still got that open market to Puerto Rico. All I got to do is make that phone call. So, we got places we can go. So we don't got to be in the New England territory anymore. So we could just.
You brought up West Virginia. Shout out to Real Shoot Wrestling. Like, always treating us good. They're killing it. They're doing a bunch of shows all over from West Virginia to Ohio and everything in between in that area. So shout out to them. If you can, go give them a follow. Go give them a like. Tim Cross has always been really good to us, man. And they're putting out a lot of good stuff out there. So hopefully we'll be able to go back to that very soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know what? I want to shout out Mr. Chad Moretti too. That brought us out to Chicago for that show. He treated us very well. I ain't got nothing but good things to say about Chaz. We talk every other day. Yep, we talk every other day.
It matters, right?
Yep. So yeah, I have no beef with him. None but respect for the man. So we're looking to do some things. I'm looking to see what we could do with our manager from out there, Mr. C Red himself. Yeah, we looking, like I said, we looking to go everywhere. We're not looking to just be, in the New England. I feel like, if the business is right, it's right. If it's not, whatever, man. For real. Because what Nick and I are not going to do, we're not going to kiss nobody's ass. We're not going to do that. So if you want to do business with us, okay, you know how to contact us, and that's that.
The House of Payne bookings at gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of us. And Rick, thanks a lot, man. You've always been good to us. You've always supported us. And we appreciate that shit, man.
Oh, speaking.
Also, promoters out there, if you need a commentator, this is the guy to fucking go to. He does the best work.
I've built up quite the impressive resume, but I want to thank you guys for giving me my first shot, literally, and helping me progress my career in broadcasting. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're one of millions that we helped.
I haven't walked away yet, so I still respond to your text messages. So
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hi, this is Bob Smith. You might remember me from my years at Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. Well, now I've started a brand new podcast called The Outdated Wrestling Hour. Yes, we're going to take a whimsical look back at the wrestling figures, stars, and trends from years gone by. We're talking 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and a whole lot more. There's going to be laughs, there's going to be fun, there's going to be action, you name it. Please tune in for The Outdated Wrestling Hour, wherever you get your podcasts.
Available on all streaming platforms. It's professional wrestling's greatest, largest, privately owned wrestling library. All the classic hits, flips, slams, and pins of yesteryear are on one place. It's Ultimate Classic Wrestling. Check out the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, Tito Santana, Rick Martel, a who's who of professional wrestling's greatest spotlight stars ever to grace the squared circle, all in one place. Grab the best seat in the house for memories and mayhem on Ultimate Classic Wrestling.